expect that from some of the terrorist groups. We expect that from people who don't want to live in the modern world. But it's a little hard to take coming from Republicans who want to be the president of the United States.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is Jonathan Allen, chief political correspondent for Vox.com, former White House bureau chief for Politico, and author of HRC, State Secrets and the Rebirth of Hillary Clinton. Jonathan, welcome, sir.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. All right, before we get to any of that, it's out today that the State Department says there are 150 more Clinton emails that contained classified information, and that's out of 7,000, I guess, pages that they looked at, because we never know how many emails she actually sent. Anyway, 150 more. I mean, is this defense of hers that she never sent or received anything that was stamped classified? Is that going to fly?
I don't know. I think it's going to depend on, first of all, whether the FBI decides to move this from the space of trying to contain possible breach of classified information into investigating possible criminal activity. And then, of course, even if they got to that point and decided that there was something along those lines, you'd have a prosecutorial discretion about what to go after and what not to. So I think we're still, I think the speculation, and of course all of us who are in politics love to do that, has gotten a little bit ahead of where the facts are right now with the Justice Department.
All right, we shall wait and we shall see. Of course, there are people who are coming out and saying she did nothing legally wrong, but we've also had former attorney generals, two of them, say that she committed a crime. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, you wrote a piece about the statement that we heard from Hillary calling them terrorists, and you say that it's really more about the Republicans going to war with women and taking away a bunch of their rights, breast screening, cancer screening. I just don't see it. I mean, first of all, we have Obamacare now, where every woman and I pay for women's health care screening in my insurance policy. I can't get away from it. There's no woman who can't go and get an insurance policy and have coverage for all those things. Why on earth do we need Planned Parenthood, which also, by the way, sells baby organs and intact babies?
I think the question is the availability of those services, who's providing those services, what people who get those services are looking for. I mean, obviously Planned Parenthood is a pretty popular and pretty available group for women who don't have enough money to get to see doctors on their own. Obviously, between Obamacare and private health insurance and Medicaid, there are a lot of different options for people to get health care. A lot of times the people at the bottom of that scale, particularly low-income women, are seeking health services at clinics rather than going to the doctor in a private practice, as a lot of us would. So I think it's mostly about the availability there. There's obviously a larger fight going on about abortion in this country. I think the phrasing that Hillary Clinton used suggests that she's comparing Republicans to terrorists, basically to ISIS and others who would repress women's rights in ways that obviously none of the Republican presidential candidates are actually advocating. So I mean, I do think it's a window into a larger argument, though, about a shifting debate on abortion. We hear from Republican candidates this time, certainly, I think more efforts to be clear about what they would cut down on and how they would cut down on it in terms of abortions. And as a result of that, Planned Parenthood, which provides both abortions with private money and other women's health care services with other money, has become a focal point of that.
Right, and I think Republicans will have more support because the Democratic position on abortion is on demand, anytime, anywhere, and Americans don't buy into that. What about her remarks, the boxcar remarks? Governor Huckabee was on earlier. He says Hillary owes him an apology because she called him out on the oven remarks. And not only, I tweeted to Jake Tapper after State of the Union, and he was just one of everybody else. I said, why didn't you bring up Hillary's boxcar remarks? He says, because we went with the terrorist remarks. So today, he did on his show play the boxcar remarks. How come she gets a pass on that?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, certainly the language that Governor Huckabee used was very, very much more specific to the Holocaust than the boxcar terminology was. But I think, again, she's raising an issue there. She's playing cute with her rhetoric. That's obviously something that's, I think, deeply offensive to a lot of people.
Well, but what does it say about the media that you're in, Jonathan, that gives her a pass? They didn't report on it.
I think it was more obvious in the Huckabee case. It was an easier thing to explain to readers.
Well,
I mean, I really believe that. I mean, because Huckabee was so explicit in terms of leading people to ovens, I think that it was inescapable and unignorable. But I don't pretend to answer for the entire media.
Right, I hear you, and I'm not holding you responsible for them either. Jonathan, great to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Take care. I'll see you next time.
All right, up next, folks, Give Me 5. But first, with Donald Trump at top of most of the polls, of course, now Carson is with him in Iowa. You know, who do you think? Who's your choice for GOP nominee? Tell us at newsmaxpolls.com. That's newsmaxpolls.com. Stay tuned for Give Me 5. We're coming back with it, and this is Farrakhan again. Don't go away.